Imagine thinking a messy breakup is just drama, until it turns into something terrifying. Cardi B and Offset's divorce reportedly spiraled from arguments and jealousy into alleged criminal plots. Rumors say Offset even tried to hire someone to hurt Stefan Diggs. Yes, really. Threats, manipulation, and shocking messages are coming to light, and Cardi says she's genuinely scared for her safety. This isn't just celebrity gossip anymore, it's a story that reads like true crime. Stick around, because what happened next is beyond anything you've imagined. I honestly can't take it anymore. Some nights, I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, thinking, this isn't normal. Something about this just doesn't sit right. You watch true crime documentaries, you scroll endlessly through social media feeds, and every day it seems like there's another story of women in danger, victims of threats, harassment, or worse. It's easy to think it's just entertainment until it starts to feel personal, until it hits too close to home. I've always considered myself tough. I've faced challenges, stood my ground in situations that would shake most people, and prided myself on being resilient, unshakable even. But there's a line, a very real, very distinct line, between being tough and being targeted by someone with an unhealthy obsession. That line is supposed to be obvious, but when it's crossed, it's terrifying. And right now, that line has been crossed. I'm genuinely, deeply worried. It's not just the exhaustion of dealing with constant stress, it's the creeping, gnawing sense of danger that never seems to leave your side. The situation surrounding Cardi B and Offset's messy divorce has taken an unimaginable turn. What may have started as disagreements over money, lifestyle, and custody has escalated into a drama that seems like it's ripped straight out of a crime thriller. Rumors are circulating that a warrant is out for Offset's arrest, a development that immediately raises the stakes and heightens the tension. And the streets are buzzing with an even darker claim, that Offset allegedly tried to hire someone to harm Stefan Diggs, reportedly offering money to take him out. Just the thought of it is chilling. It's one thing to feel jealousy, anger, or frustration after a breakup, even a very public and messy one. But to allegedly take steps toward physically harming someone crosses every imaginable line, turning personal conflict into criminal territory. The sheer audacity, the level of obsession that would drive someone to consider hurting another human being, is staggering. From the beginning, it was clear that Offset struggled with Cardi moving on quickly. Many could understand the emotional difficulty in seeing an ex-partner enter a new chapter, especially in such a public way. But allegedly attempting to set someone up in such a dangerous manner is on a completely different level. It goes far beyond typical jealousy. It's an escalation that turns fear into a constant reality for those involved. Cardi, understandably, does not appear willing to play the bigger person anymore. She claims to have proof that Offset allegedly paid $100,000 to a hitman to target Stefan, which, if verified, could land him in serious jail time. The thought that a dispute, a divorce, or resentment could morph into a potential criminal act is staggering, highlighting how obsession can distort a person's judgment and sense of morality. The situation escalated further when an Instagram model came forward, revealing messages and screenshots that showed Offset allegedly trying to bribe her into setting Stefan up. These screenshots allegedly include his frustration when she didn't follow through, with texts like, "All bad, ninja. Give drop or don't come back around." Messages that read as cold, manipulative, and threatening. It's the kind of behavior that's terrifying not only because of the immediate threat but because it reveals the methodical and calculated ways someone can manipulate others to carry out their intentions. What started as a breakup and a messy personal conflict has spiraled into a situation that is increasingly dangerous, unpredictable, and deeply concerning. The implications are enormous. When personal grievances turn into alleged criminal plots, the consequences extend beyond the immediate parties. Family, friends, and even bystanders can be pulled into the drama, and law enforcement inevitably becomes involved. The fact that this is now reportedly under investigation only underlines the severity of the situation. At every turn, it seems that what should have been a private, albeit messy, divorce has instead transformed into a story that reads like a true crime series, complete with schemes, threats, and potential violence. And yet, in the midst of all this chaos, the people at the center, Cardi, Stefan, and their inner circle, must navigate these threats while trying to maintain their daily lives, careers, and safety. It's difficult to process just how quickly something personal can escalate when obsession and jealousy become intertwined with real-world action. Offset allegedly moving from social media disputes and public arguments to actual plans that could endanger someone's life shows how rapidly situations can spiral out of control. It's no longer about emotional pain or heartbreak, It's about control, manipulation, and, at least allegedly, criminal intent. Every message, every social media post, every interaction has taken on a new weight, with the potential to contribute to a scenario that is both highly dangerous and highly public. The stakes are no longer private. They are frighteningly real and public, playing out on a stage that millions of people are watching. What makes this even more concerning is the human element, the exhaustion, the fear, and the constant emotional toll it takes. Cardi and Stefan reportedly face ongoing threats, and for Cardi, the stress is compounded by having to protect herself, her child, and those she cares about. Being the target of such obsession, manipulation, and alleged criminal plotting is not just emotionally draining, it's a persistent, looming fear that never truly leaves. The situation has gone far beyond the realm of normal personal disputes or celebrity drama. It has become something unpredictable and alarming, something that could have real consequences for all parties involved. Ultimately, what began as a public breakup and emotional dispute has now evolved into a complex, high-stakes scenario that is difficult to untangle. From alleged bribes to threats, social media manipulation, and possible law enforcement involvement, the story is a stark reminder of how obsession can escalate into dangerous territory. It shows that there is a fragile line between personal grievance and criminal action, and when that line is crossed, the repercussions can ripple outward, affecting everyone in proximity. And while some may watch from a distance, fascinated or entertained by the unfolding chaos, those living through it are faced with the real, terrifying reality of a situation that has spiraled far beyond what anyone could have anticipated. The situation has only gotten darker, spiraling far beyond what anyone could have anticipated when Cardi B and Offset's personal disagreements first became public. What started as a messy, highly public divorce has now reportedly escalated into a series of alarming events that have fans and bystanders alike shocked and worried. Central to this latest chapter is an Instagram model who came forward with a troubling revelation. She claimed that Offset sent her a series of messages, saying, "Make sure I'm nowhere near. Delete these texts," while simultaneously pressuring her to help set up Stefan Diggs in some kind of scheme. Feeling cornered and threatened, she reportedly pleaded, "Offset keeps violating me, but he stays in my phone asking me to help set up Stefan. Please, superintend." The messages painted a chilling picture of manipulation and coercion, suggesting that the drama had moved well past emotional conflict into territory that feels dangerously real. Fans were quick to react, expressing shock, outrage, and disbelief over the alleged behavior. Social media erupted with commentary, and many were left appalled at the idea that someone could even consider orchestrating a scheme to manipulate another person's relationship. One comment captured the sentiment perfectly. "Imagine hitting hoes up to set up Stefan. How miserable can you be? No wonder Cardi is afraid for her life. He will go to any lengths to break them up. Disgusting." The intensity of the outrage underscores just how far these allegations go. It's no longer just celebrity gossip or messy ex-drama. It's a situation that seems to cross legal and moral boundaries, making it frighteningly tangible. But according to reports, this story reportedly goes even further than fans initially realized. Allegedly, Offset did not stop at trying to manipulate Stefan into cheating. Rumors suggest he attempted to pay someone to physically harm him. The idea that someone could be so consumed by jealousy or anger that they might consider violence is deeply disturbing. This alleged escalation triggered calls from concerned observers for immediate protection orders for both Cardi and Stefan, highlighting the potential danger of obsession when it crosses from words and social media posts into real-world threats. What makes this development particularly alarming is that it is not presented as isolated behavior. Cardi B has long been candid about her fears regarding Offset, sharing publicly and privately that she has felt intimidated and unsafe at times. She claimed that he deliberately dragged out their divorce to make her life more difficult, essentially punishing her for moving on after their split. This pattern of manipulation and control, if accurate, paints a picture of someone who is not only unwilling to accept the end of a relationship but is actively attempting to interfere in the lives of others to satisfy their own ego or vendetta. Fans watching the story unfold have commented on how such behavior is emblematic of obsession and the dangerous consequences it can have when left unchecked. Tensions reportedly escalated even further after Cardi had a baby with Stefan. The arrival of a child could have been a joyful moment, but in this scenario, it seems to have intensified the conflict. Allegedly, Offset posted claims suggesting that the baby was actually his just hours after Cardi announced the birth. Whether or not these claims have any truth, the timing alone conveys an alarming degree of fixation and illustrates the lengths to which someone might go to disrupt and destabilize others' lives. It's one thing to have lingering feelings after a breakup. It's another entirely to actively seek ways to manipulate, intimidate, or threaten someone else in a way that is calculated and potentially criminal. The combination of alleged harassment, coercion, and obsession paints a picture of a situation that has spiraled far beyond the boundaries of what most people would consider manageable. Fans watching from the outside have expressed concern not only for the well-being of Cardi and Stefan but also for the potential legal consequences of such actions. Allegedly attempting to pay someone to cause harm is a serious offense, and the possibility of law enforcement involvement is looming over the entire situation. Each new revelation, each leaked message, and each claim of manipulation adds to the sense that the personal conflict between these individuals has crossed into dangerous territory. Furthermore, the story has sparked widespread discussion about the broader implications of celebrity culture, social media exposure, and the public scrutiny of private lives. While many people may feel a sense of voyeuristic fascination watching these events unfold, the reality is that real lives, and potentially real safety, are at stake. It is easy for outsiders to reduce the situation to drama or gossip, but the alleged threats and harassment described by the Instagram model, combined with reports of attempted manipulation and intimidation, reveal a much darker layer that cannot be ignored. Ultimately, what began as a messy, emotional breakup has allegedly escalated into a situation that is both frightening and unpredictable. Cardi and Stefan reportedly face ongoing threats, while Offset's alleged actions suggest a fixation and obsession that surpasses ordinary post-breakup grievances. The intersection of jealousy, manipulation, and possible criminal activity has transformed this story into something that reads more like a thriller than typical celebrity news. Each new revelation, from harassing text to purported threats against Stefan, demonstrates how obsession can escalate into behavior that endangers others and disrupts lives in very real ways. For Cardi and Stefan, the priority now appears to be maintaining safety, asserting boundaries, and navigating a scenario that is rapidly spiraling out of control. This ongoing saga serves as a stark reminder of the dangerous potential of obsession, manipulation, and unchecked anger. The reports, if accurate, show how quickly personal conflict can escalate when one party refuses to let go and resorts to extreme measures. While fans and outsiders continue to follow the drama, those at the center are faced with very real consequences, legal, emotional, and physical, that underscore just how serious such situations can become. What may have started as a messy public breakup now threatens to transform into a scenario with lasting repercussions, illustrating the frightening reality of what happens when obsession crosses the line into actionable harm. In this chaotic, gossip-fueled storyline, things only escalate further. The whispers online claim that Offset's jealous behavior pushed Cardi to finally speak out, saying she's been dealing with harassment for over a year to the point of fearing for her safety. In the fictional narrative, she vents that people think it's a joke until someone ends up as the subject of a crime documentary. She's furious, insisting she has receipts that could destroy his reputation and demanding he leave her alone. The story paints Offset as manipulative, playing mind games, trying to make her lash out publicly just so he can flip the script and label her crazy. In the drama, Cardi refuses to take the bait anymore, demanding he sign the divorce papers and stop the narrative twisting. When Offset allegedly calls her single and miserable, she claps back, saying he's only upset that she's chosen to live her life and that anytime she talks to someone new, he's suddenly in their inbox trying to interfere. The storyline ends with Cardi admitting she's genuinely scared of how far this obsession could go, worried that if things don't stop, her story might one day be told in a documentary instead of real life. "I honestly can't take it anymore. Some nights I lie awake thinking, this isn't normal." You watch true crime documentaries, scroll through social media, and see women being attacked or killed, and it hits differently when it feels close to home. I've always considered myself tough, but there's a real difference between being resilient and being targeted by someone with an unhealthy obsession, and that line has been crossed. I'm exhausted from trying to detach myself, from reaching out to family, from trying to make things work, and yet it never stops. Now, the situation has taken an even darker turn. It seems Offset has switched his focus to Stefan, allegedly threatening his life. If you've been following this drama, you know Offset's behavior towards Stefan has been escalating since the start. Cardi claimed he even sent Stefan explicit, disturbing videos of her and Offset from their marriage, trying to manipulate the narrative and make it seem like she was cheating on Stefan with him. She revealed the texts and voice notes he left, harassing, degrading messages meant to undermine her and intimidate Stefan. But despite his efforts, Stefan didn't budge. Offset reportedly even resorted to childish name-calling, labeling Stefan gay when his schemes failed. All of this has left Cardi drained and fearful, navigating constant harassment and manipulation while trying to protect herself and her loved ones from someone who refuses to let go. The drama reached another level when Stefan casually posted a picture of himself having dinner with Cardi B, captioning it, "So proud of myself. Who would have thought I'd be eating dinner with Cardi B?" Offset, predictably, lost it. He commented, "I smell some BS, fanboy," added a shrimp emoji, and left cryptic remarks about past cheating, even dropping a nasty comment under Cardi's post where she was showing off her beach vibes, to which he responded with a trash can emoji. Clearly, Stefan and Cardi's growing relationship had sent Offset over the edge. Meanwhile, Cardi's career is thriving. She just dropped a #1 album and is headed on a likely sold-out tour, while Stefan's career is flourishing, leaving them seemingly unstoppable. But things allegedly spiraled further when the woman Offset supposedly hired to set up Stefan failed to deliver, reportedly prompting him to take even more drastic measures. Rumors now claim Cardi has intel that Offset allegedly offered someone $100,000 to take out Stefan, showcasing a level of desperation fueled by his rapidly dwindling finances. While both made money during their marriage, Cardi reportedly handled the investments and savings, leaving her with the majority of their current wealth, including real estate in Atlanta for herself and the children, and a home in New Jersey for her mother. Without her, Offset's financial situation isn't nearly as glamorous as it seems, and instead of seeking help or therapy, he allegedly funneled money into dangerous schemes. The contrast is stark. Cardi is building a secure, thriving life, while Offset appears increasingly unhinged and reckless, proving that fame and money alone don't prevent a person from spiraling out of control. It sounds unbelievable, but the word on the streets is that Offset better hope he has some money left for a lawyer, because law enforcement is reportedly stepping in and investigating the situation. Even if the alleged hit didn't go as planned, attempting to put someone in danger is still a serious crime, and things look like they're about to spiral from bad to worse for him. The receipts are flying, rumors are everywhere, and his name is being dragged deeper into a mess that grows more scandalous by the day. Cardi is dropping claims that could potentially destroy his reputation, and if even a portion of what she's hinting at is true, this divorce isn't going to end quietly. It could erupt into a full-blown public scandal. With reports of a possible warrant, Offset might be facing far more than heartbreak or a messy breakup. He could be staring down serious jail time. The situation is already chaotic, and by all accounts, it's only going to get messier from here.